Welcome to Warriors and Watchmen podcast, hosted by the CJ3 Foundation and No Boundaries Nonprofits, presented by Raven Tech and Negative Bounce Productions. I'm your host, Eric Thomas, aka CJ3 Actual, the director and founder of the CJ3 Foundation. With me, as always, on my left, probably your right if you're looking, is CJ3 Foundation Senior Advisor for the state of Virginia, Roger Singh. And as always, off camera is Guy Wainbright, our guy in the sky, the CEO of Negative Bounce Productions.
I mean, that was really professional. I don't know what to do right now.
That was way too professional.
I like it.
Are we done?
Good job. I like laughing at it. CJ3 Actual makes me laugh. So I'm CJ3 Partial for the state of Virginia, apparently.
So, hold on. No. Hey, guy in the sky, hold on. We need to go military real quick. See, when you're actual, what does that mean?
That means you're the team leader.
That means you're the
commander.
whatever call sign you go by, if you're call sign actual, then you're the guy when you're on, everybody shuts up. You know what up? And
I mean, just for us non-military folk, I just laugh at it. It's just kind of funny. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Well, if you bring the truth, that might make you factual.
That's true.
Factual.
This is Roger Factual.
So what do we got to talk about today?
Hey, we had a busy weekend last weekend, right?
We did have a busy weekend with a golf tournament. How did it go for you? How'd you hit?
So I had Guy in the sky on our team, and I will say, so I'm not a golfer. I love to play, but I suck at it. And my goal is, as long as we play my ball a couple times throughout, in a scramble, that's a win.
Victory.
And if I have enough balls to cover what I'm doing out there, then I'm good. And we did both, and we came out 0 for a score, which to me, success. So I accept that.
With Reardon playing, from what I heard, considering he couldn't hit shit, that's pretty good. So Guy must have carried the team, is what I'm hearing.
No.
He did today.
I'll just say we had a number of shots that we helped each other. It actually worked out well.
It was a team effort.
Yeah, it really was.
Good.
What about you guys?
I mean, so I let's just say I got the ball off the tee and off the ground.
Who did you golf with?
So I golfed with Tony Bowers from Bear Chase, who was a sponsor.
Yep.
I golfed with Mike Winslow, who sponsored our team from the Winslow Group. And I played with Mike Griffith. I almost called him Griff Hammer, which is what he's in my phone, who goes by Hammer.
I got texted by him, but with that.
Actually, I was going to say, he was talking about getting his company involved and doing some donations too. Was that what he was texting you about?
I couldn't tell because I think he'd had a few.
He was probably an accurate statement. But we finished 7 under, and mostly because Winslow is a spot-on golfer, not because of anything I did. I think we used 3 or 4 of my shots, maybe.
Yeah, but that's a success.
But
that's
I mean, for my first time out this year, getting the ball off the ground, which is what I cared about versus line driving, it was a great tournament overall.
Let me ask the real question.
Oh shit!
How are you physically the next day?
Oh,
could you move? Could you move?
I would say for the next 3 days, I was like, holy shit, I don't know what I did to my body. How about you?
I need to make an appointment with our chiropractor because my neck and back are screwed up right now. But I had a good time, man. It was good. I will tell you, I forgot how exhausting it was because we got phenomenally lucky weather-wise.
We did.
Right in the middle of two storms, whatever. Yep. And we had a beautiful day, but man, the sun baked me. I got baked.
I got a tan. I mean, you're brown. I mean, I'm brown. So.
You're Indian, dude.
So, I'm glad you know what I am now, Guy. Consider the first time I was here, you thought I was Spanish. You was all sorts of things going on in the place.
Russian,
you're
Spanish.
Whatever's convenient for us. Hey, I got a question for you, Guy, because this was your first time out. How was the beginning of the golf tournament? Because we tout this as the most patriotic golf tournament in Loudoun County.
Oh, man. So I will tell you, the guy that read
Staff Sergeant
Parsons, I would bring him to do Old Glory anywhere.
Oh, dude, he's so awesome,
he's so
bro.
good.
Look, I went to a retirement ceremony in Tampa the following week, and they did a different version of Old Glory. That somebody was reading it, a narrator. The presentation was amazing, but I was just thinking, like, man, if Staff Sergeant Parsons was reading this, holy fuck!
I got to tell you, this is the first year I've seen him do it with a mic.
Yeah,
because normally he walks when he's doing it, and he's so like his voice is fucking booming.
I mean, to be honest with you, like golfing was amazing. It was fun, but that was the absolute highlight of the whole day.
That's awesome.
The absolute highlight. Like how he projected Old Glory was, and by memory, he didn't read it by memory. That was truly amazing.
So-
It gave me goosebumps.
Dude, it does, and I've heard him multiple years.
Right.
Every time it's phenomenal. And here's the real cool thing. So he came up to me, man, and I welcomed him. I love seeing that guy. He's just a ray of sunlight, whatever, you know. He came and told me, he said, "Hey, brother, you know I'm getting ready to retire and go down to South Carolina."
Oh, shit.
I was like, "You're what? You don't get to do that." And he said, "Oh, don't worry. Keep me on your schedule. I'm still coming for this."
So
that's
when he
awesome.
retires, who's reading Old Glory at his center?
Don't know, man, because I wouldn't want to follow him. He's awesome.
No, he's fantastic.
Do you know what we ought to do for Warriors and Watchmen is we should have him as a guest,
Oh, that'd be a
and then
blast.
have him
Kind of talk about why he
he does it,
Yeah.
and then we actually have him do it as how he projects it, because it is something. It's truly bone chilling.
When he's active reserves right now too, right? Is that what he is?
But I think he's getting ready to
getting
retire
retired
and
from
roll
that?
down to South Carolina and just be done. But
He reminds me of like a playwright or something.
But
Like,
I will say I appreciate the hell out of him, because he said this tournament means so much to him. He doesn't want to give it up. And that, man, you're talking about the ultimate people could have complimented us for whatever that day, wouldn't have mattered. That was the ultimate compliment.
and Sonny, if you heard this, because I know you like the whole reading.
Well, hold
Old
on.
Glory.
How
Hold on.
about we do this?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we have a special guest today, Sonny Sonnabend. How
Chris
you doing,
Sonnabend.
Sonny?
He
I'm
could
doing
have
great. I'm
edited
doing great,
around
Eric.
it. He could have edited
No,
around it.
let's go ahead and introduce him, since the guy in the sky wants to pull it early. But that's fine. No, hey, Sonny, glad to have you here. So now go ahead, guy. Now that we've at least officially introduced
Yeah,
who
and
this guy is.
there's going to be a different intro for Sonny. But Sonny, if you heard this dude recite Old Glory, like, dude, it is
Oh, he's sick.
phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal, because the way he projects it, and it's by memory, and it's passion. You know, you can clearly see he put a lot of time into making it perfect, and it is just truly amazing. It's truly amazing.
Then we had our former guest, 77-year-old or 80-year-old, I don't know what he is.
Yeah.
Vet Leonard McCoy, Matt McDonald. Sorry,
Big
Leonard
Mac.
McDonald, Big Mac, who was holding the flag, which was spectacular.
Bro, and he took that shit serious.
Oh, I tried to get him to hand it to me twice
No,
because
hey.
I think we're done.
Dude was mean mugging and everything.
Yeah.
Holding that, he was not letting that thing go.
And I'm standing behind him going, I got his hat in my hand, and then he takes it
Yeah.
off for the national anthem, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm sure he wants it back on, and he's like, no, I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
because he didn't want to move.
He didn't wanna move.
Because we had the national anthem song. We had all that.
Mhm.
He did not want to move. He didn't want. And bless his heart, man. Because the one thing he asked, remember before, he was like, I was like, hey, will you do the honors of holding the flag? Bro was proud as hell.
He was.
And his only comment was, "Can Roger stand behind me?" just he was so worried that the wind. He was so worried about the wind or anything else, because hey, the dude's getting up there. I mean,
Yep.
he is about 80, and
Yep.
he's an old dude, but man, he's awesome, and that was a proud moment for him. So that was cool.
It was very cool. And like I said, throughout the tournament, we had a few new things this year than we have had in years past, but we had
The bourbon putt was amazing.
the bourbon putt.
That's
is-
grown every
Actually,
year.
that has grown tremendously,
Yes.
and I was super pissed because I missed all 3 of my shots at anything.
Thank you for your donations.
Well, here's the other thing. I was thinking about with it. I was like, I don't know if it's right for me to win anything, being that I'm a part of the foundation.
Oh, that's a great excuse. I'm missing on purpose.
So I missed on purpose just to give money to the foundation. It's fine.
But
You could
hey-
have gave it to somebody.
Hey,
I could have.
Tell
yeah.
me you don't believe this. I firmly believe this. People are going, they're aiming for the specific bottle
Right.
they want. I firmly believe you close your eyes, grip
just
it, and
hit.
rip it, and say, and
Just
you're
hit.
you're probably more prone to hit something than if you were aiming for
I
it.
mean, because it's a guess, and we changed it up this year. We were playing the same course last year. It was in a different direction. This year, we decided to make it the entire fucking putting green, which
It was
was
crazy.
huge. So when we were hitting at it, and they had bags over some bottles, you didn't know what you were getting. And yeah, I'm walking down there to pick up my 3 balls, and one guy hits 2 in a row. I was like, son of a bitch.
Well, and big thanks to Rob and Sarah
Rob and
Whitfield,
Sarah Whitfield, yep.
with Haven Longevity and Wellness
Yep.
for being our title sponsor and providing all that booze out there for that. That was awesome.
And then we also had, this is what we had come back, was the gun. We got the
cannon. Yeah.
dude, that is
M4
so.
launching golf balls down the hole. Yeah.
I was
outta
so,
here,
no. But here's the first part. You show
It
up.
was amazing.
You get a cigar. Then they hand you a shot of Fireball or whiskey.
Or whiskey. Yep.
You do that. Then you shoot
Then
the
you
golf
shoot.
ball, and that counts as your hit.
Yep.
Nice. No, nice.
I mean,
It goes like 500 meters.
I was kind of pissed that I didn't get my photo taken with a gun in my hand this year. Everybody else that came through seemed to get their photo
If
done.
only we knew one of the camera people.
I mean,
You better talk to your sister.
right? That's her fault. She didn't show up till much later, apparently. Even Jen got a photo. My lovely fiance got a photo with a gun in her hand. She's like, that photo can't be shown to anybody because I look stupid. I was laughing. I was like, you look fine.
And of course, mine was carrying the camera, shooting pictures, and I'm not in any of them.
Yeah, you're
It's
not in any of them. It's fine.
Don't you hate that with that?
I don't. I'm probably better off that I'm not in them. Take pictures of everybody else. But no, hey, phenomenal golf tournament. Highly recommend you come out next year. We had a blast.
Yeah, it was a great time.
For
And
sure.
we had thank you to all of our sponsors and everybody. That was a fantastic time. And just so we can talk about
what else we got coming up, bro?
we got
'Cause
a ton of
can't
stuff
end on
coming
that.
up. So we have Clays for a Cause coming up in Wisconsin on the 16th.
Yeah, tomorrow's putting that on in Wisconsin. Our ambassador out there, which is a phenomenal event every year.
And then we have a dual event coming up with the Percival and Ashburn Pub. It's their Rocky event that's benefiting the CJ3 Foundation.
Explain the Rocky event because I didn't know this.
So
either.
it's Rocky's 50th year. If you guys didn't know,
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa. If you didn't already feel old, it's Rocky's 50th anniversary of the movie being released, which was, I guess, 1976. So now I'm really.
That's when I was born.
That's when I was born.
Eric,
So-
you old fuck.
Hey,
So
yeah.
they're doing
Wait
an
till it's gonna
event.
happen to you, bro.
They're doing an event for Rocky, but at the same time, it's going to benefit the CJ3 Foundation.
So let me give a shout out to Tony, the owner of
not Kevin.
Kevin. I'm
Kevin.
sorry.
Yep.
Where did
Bednar's.
that come from? Yeah,
I don't know.
Kevin. I don't know either, and I'm not even drunk. No, Kevin.
Not
hey,
yet.
First of all, yes, Kevin, phenomenal guy. He invited us out to Percival when he first opened Percival Pub. We got the opportunity to help him. They were highlighting some of their dishes and things like that.
Yep.
And he gave us space to hang out and be with them. So mad shout out. And now here we are this much time later.
7 years later,
and he's
almost.
putting
Yeah.
on an event and allowing us to. He's doing all the work.
He's
He's barely
literally-
letting us do anything.
He's just like, hey, he goes, you guys want tables? Like, yeah, sure. He's like, all right, just put your stuff out on tables. He goes, I was like, do you want us to bring anything for raffles? He's like, no, we'll do a 50-50 raffle.
All right,
And-
bro. But I got a thing for you though.
Sure.
So where are you going to be that day?
With
no,
Havoc,
where are you gonna-
with
no, you're not.
Havoc
No,
in
you're not.
Percival.
You're going to be in Percival. No,
With Havoc.
No, you're not. I'm going to be in Ashburn.
Yes.
So, are we going to have a little friendly competition?
We are going to have a competition.
About which area collects more?
And
There it is.
there it is.
Hey.
I like it.
Come on.
So we will have this competition.
So
but I will
who
tell
raises
you,
more money?
I will tell. Yes, I will tell you.
I mean, you got Kevin. I got Havoc.
Well, I got Kevin. You have Havoc. I have the bigger bar. You have Havoc. So
I have
Havoc,
Rob Rose, Irish.
Irish
Cornhole.
Rose Cornhole. So yes, we will do a competition to see who gets more money. And I just want you to remember, I have Jen on my side too, who will actually go run the bucket around and get me money.
I will not lose, bro. I will not lose.
You've lost to me every time.
So, hey, but do us a favor. Come out, come see that,
out.
come
It's
hang out with us.
the
Support local bar restaurants. Support the foundation. We're at 2 locations, so there's plenty of room.
Right, and it's on the 30th of May.
And you get extra credit if you go to both locations.
If you go to both locations, I mean mostly Percival, but if you want to go to Ashburn, it's fine. And then after that event on the 30th, we have in the segue for Irish Rose Cornhole, we have a Toss for a Cause, which Irish Rose Cornhole is running, and it's benefiting the CJ3 Foundation.
over in Ashburn
over
Village.
in Ashburn Village, right next to where the Ashburn Pub is.
Yes.
Yeah, so
where the winning competition from previous will be.
where, I mean, we'll make up money because
So,
you'll lose to me out in
Hey,
Percival. It's fine.
here's the deal. We're going to show up heavy. We're going to have our team out there. Havoc's going to be out there. I don't throw bags well, but I'm going to be out there, and I will compete against anybody that thinks they can throw. I'm
in.
glad because I will heckle the hell out of you.
I'm in.
I will. So let's sign up. Let's get out there. Be a part of this. This is going to be a phenomenal event.
It will be. It'll be well, like you and I lovingly call them bean bags because we don't throw them, but we screw up
hold
all
on.
the time. It's like
Okay.
cornhole bag.
Sonny, I got to tell you, where are you from originally?
New Jersey.
All right, if somebody told you they were going to cornhole you, would you like that? Would
No,
that be a
not
good
at all.
thing?
Not at all. That's
where
what I
I
was
came
laughing.
from, that's
Yeah.
not either. So when this game came out and they called it cornhole, I was like, I don't know if this is for me.
So hold on. So Sonny, when we were kids, I don't know how old you are, but him and I are the same age.
Are we now the same age?
I'm a young 43.
I'm a young
Young
49.
I don't know.
So I'm not quite Eric's age, but we were born in the same year. It's fine. There used to be a cartoon called Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
So
I am Cornholio.
right. So that when you talk about cornhole, that's all I think about because it's TP for my bunghole, and it's not has nothing to do with throwing a bag through a hole. Well, it kind of is actually. Now you think about it.
Okay, let me explain to you my second problem with it. So I believe it's a cheat game.
My second
right. I grew up playing horseshoes.
Oh yeah,
and I love throwing shoes. And the military, we threw a lot of shoes. There was probably a horseshoe pit at every base we were at. Every if you were forward deployed, there was one build out there, right? So I pitched shoes, and that makes more sense. And candidly, I think the weight of them and all that, and they're easier for me. That's what I grew up doing. So then this thing came out, and I was like, what kind of new generation, whatever. Yeah. But man, the thing's kicked off. A lot of people do it. I'm amazed. Watching some of these people, we got some people at our bar and restaurants we go to.
They take it super serious,
and they're hitting every time. I don't know how the hell they do it.
I don't know how to do it.
You know, now that you brought it up, people are probably going to hate this, but I think cornhole might be the bitch version of horseshoes.
Are you laying that out? Is that what you're
going
to
say? I'm
going to lay that out there.
Dude, and horseshoes.
Sorry, Rob, we're kidding. Cornhole's great. We're just kidding.
Horseshoes are the bitch version of hanging mortars.
Everybody has a father.
That's not legal to do in the United States.
But no, so that's on the 7th of June. I believe that's a Sunday. I could be wrong, but I think that's right. It's Sunday. So we'll be out there, and yes, Eric and I will be either on a team or competing against each other. So anybody wants to come out and compete against us, I'm great with it.
Oh, bro, come pick us out. We'd be glad to. I may not win, but man, I'm gonna make you feel bad about beating us.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So you beat a disabled vet.
Well, you know what?
So proud of you.
Don't you feel good about yourself? Go spit on another veteran.
So Eric and
Eric
Roger
will walk limping off. I'll be like, shit, I got nothing. Havoc, come here. You're my dog now for a little while.
I don't know if you guys did this by design, but it's on June 7th, and that's basically D-Day.
Ooh.
And I don't know if
is it basically D-Day
or is it D-Day?
No,
because I know what December 7th is. I don't know.
Amphibious invasions are very precise.
Yeah, but look, they're 6 hours ahead. So
European time.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is I don't know if that was by design, and that gives more meaning to it for me.
But we sure as hell should advertise that.
I mean, we should advertise that part, but I can't imagine that Rob was thinking about that when he was probably just looking for an open date.
I don't know, man.
He could.
I don't know.
And if you give a big enough donation and put a bite suit on, we can unleash havoc while you're throwing these things and see who you beat then. That'd be awesome.
Yep, that would be awesome. I would love to see it. He's always talked about Havoc attacking, but he's the sweetest dog in the world to me. So I don't know.
Bro, I do have
right
a bite
not.
sleeve in the truck.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Right up until he's not.
Because you said you got a Dutch Shepherd,
I have a
right?
Dutchie. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, dude, and you said 9 years old?
8 now.
Okay.
Yeah, 8.
So Havoc's 8, right? And so at the end of the day, make no mistake.
I
he
know
can turn it on quick.
I know.
Now he'll sleep half a day because of it, but he'll turn it on.
Yeah.
He's still got it in him.
Yeah. Hear me out on this. I got an idea.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Are we giving away another car?
Is that God? Is that God? Who's talking?
It's even better. So whoever loses the Rocky tournament gets to get attacked by Havoc.
Well, I don't think
With
that's
a bite
fair because
suit.
I don't think he'll ever attack Eric. Will he? Will he actually attack you?
Yeah, put the bite suit on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just can't do it very often because it'll confuse the dog.
Actually, you know what I think we
That's
should
a
do,
great
guy?
idea.
I think the idea is whoever loses, Eric can pick Mike or you. I pick you or Mike, and whoever loses, Mike or you, has to put on the bites.
Wait,
I mean,
how do I get pulled into
that
this
idea.
shit?
Because we all know Roger can't fit the bite suit.
I'll do this.
I'm a fat kid. I'm a fat kid. It's fine.
I would do this for the cause. I would do this.
Eric, not to derail this, but I have a question.
Please derail it.
Please
Not that
do.
we haven't already, right? But with bite suits and the sleeves, is it true that they're regional? Like they put off pheromones of how fear smells like in those
The bite suits?
Yeah.
They may have some. Not all of them need them. Some of them, like this dog, God, I will say the interesting thing because of what those look like, some of it's just sight alone.
Yeah.
So he sees some of these big puffy coats in the winter, and I've had to hold his leash a little extra
You'll
tight
see him shaking,
because
right?
he's like, I think that's a bite suit.
Christmas shit grill around here, huh?
or because the other side is, and thank God it's a Carhartt, but he'll see a Carhartt jacket and he's like, I think that's a bite shirt. I think that's a.
It's funny because we were out in an event in December, and now that he says this, it kind of makes sense. Havoc He might have been cold, even though Eric doesn't think he was.
He's not cold, bro.
This dog
That
is
dude
like
rolls around the snow.
shaking. And we're like, is he cold? What's going on? He's like, he's not cold.
That's
He's just
energy.
excited. I'm like, there's a
He
lot.
wants to play some.
Now that I'm thinking about it, there was a lot of puffy jackets out there that day.
He's looking there. He's like,
Who am I going to eat?
you'll see me hold the leash a little extra tight. I'm like, uh-oh.
So, I mean, those are the events we have coming up.
Sweet.
What else we have? What else has been going on, man? What about you? How is the new fiance?
Yeah, she's still there.
Yeah, she's
Which is success.
Michelle's awesome, man.
mine.
She's actually, cool thing is she's always looking for ways to incorporate into the charity. She's been building a lot of logos, building a lot of things, right, to try to assist. So appreciate the hell out of her. She's good. She's got a professional camera. She's out taking photos. She does a lot of art stuff. So she did your CJ3 Foundation shoes, which is difficult to find a size 16.
I mean, I can't help it. That's my parents' fault that I have a size.
Can she help design a new clubhouse?
She could actually.
She could.
And Sonny, by the way, the whole shoe size thing. Look at Roger. Doesn't apply. Size 16. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Do you see my eyes lit up? That was going to be my question.
It's why he drives.
I
It's
was like,
why he drives an F-350. It's compensation. We compensate somehow.
Yeah,
I do
whatever.
with my shoes.
Hey, but here's the funny thing. So it was cool. She did those shoes for Roger. Roger got them. Next time I saw him, I was like, Roger, why aren't you wearing them? It's sprinkling outside. I don't want to get. I'm like, golly, you got to start wearing them.
I did. I wore them to when we awarded the dog to.
You wore them here.
Yeah,
I did wear them here.
Yep.
But the first time I wore them was when we were doing not the awarding, but the celebration of
The service
River and Rob Hood.
Rob Hood. Yep.
Rob Hood from Woodbridge. I was confused. I was
Yeah,
Rob
too many
Hood.
Robs, right?
Yeah. So no, when we did, I wore them out there, and then I wore them in here, and I wear them on a more
cool,
regular.
bro.
They're
I
cool
like
as
them
shit, and breaking them in and all that stuff. I just don't want to. I don't want them to crease. I don't want them
Don't
bend in the
smudge
wrong
my
way.
Pumas.
My son's like that. My son will beat
I-
somebody up over here.
I can't do it. I don't want to smudge. But no, I mean, so no. Mine is out of town this weekend for the grandbaby's first birthday. So I'm on my own this weekend. So that's kind of a scary thought.
Party.
Well, Sunday I'm on my own. If you want to meet for breakfast or lunch,
I'm in on that.
because I'm not doing anything for Mother's Day because I don't have a mother here.
You do not. You better call
So,
your mother though.
I sent her. So in the small town, so in Albee, Iowa, where we do our mental health and wellness, there's a steakhouse called Bogey's. Phenomenal partners of ours. I sent a friend over there with $100 because there you can eat well under $100 at a steakhouse. She went and got a gift certificate, took it over to my mom and dad, and said, "Here, this is from your son. He's thinking about y'all," and so she's got somewhere to go.
I mean, send her flowers too. It is your mother.
Flowers die.
They do. Send her a
That's a good
plant.
point.
Send
That's
her
a
a
really good
plant.
point.
Send her something on Mother's
You
Day.
send her
Call-
something.
I haven't met your mother yet.
Not
I
my
probably.
problem.
You know what? I bet.
So anyway,
I bet Dave Bates does. I bet.
Oh, so let me bring something up.
Sure.
You're wearing a Red Friday shirt.
Yes.
Talk to me.
I mean, it's remember everyone deployed. A funny story. My daughter actually came to me, and her one of her teacher's sons just got deployed, so he is implementing Red Friday at her high school,
Outstanding.
and asked for our bracelets and stuff like that because Kelsey spoke to him about us and what we do every Friday, and I was like, "What? Did you show him a picture?" She's like, "Well, yeah, Dad, you posted online." I was like, "Okay." So
Creepy.
it is kind of creepy, but Red Friday, remember everyone deployed. We support that movement.
Except Sonny.
Except
I'm not
And-
deployed anymore. I'm back.
and
I'm right
guys,
He's
here.
always deployed. He's always deployed.
guys just wearing blue today, so I don't know what he was thinking, but
He was off camera.
I'm colorblind.
we support our soldiers' deployment, and we will wear this until every soldier comes home. So
Guy's shirt is remember everybody on Libo.
That's a good short. I mean, seriously, we should make that a shirt.
But
my
hey,
God.
here's the other thing. Since he's talking about our Red Friday swag, we do. If you go to CJ3Foundation.org, we've got a store on there. You can find your Red Friday swag, but you can also find other things
All
that
the other things we
hats,
have.
shirts, all that other stuff. We get asked all the time, "Hey, how can we support wearing our stuff, branding it, marketing it, showing people, telling people about it?" Is phenomenal support, and we're a nonprofit, so money is always good.
That's very true. So CJ3Foundation.org, and it's under the CJ3 shop.
Yep.
All right. What else we got? What else has been going on? Anything? Are we going to go into? We got to go into a break.
Yep. Let's do a break.
All right, let's do a break.
So, Sonny, we kind of been off on different tangents. How about you tell us why you're here? Who is Sonny?
Yeah, well, first off, thanks for having me, guys. Getting to learn about the foundation and all the stuff you guys do. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you being here.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So I'm Master Guns Chris Sonnabend. I go by Sonny. 25 years, still an active duty Marine. Most of my time was out in Camp Lejeune. Grew up through Radio Recon in MARSOC. Spent time at Indo-PACOM as a J2 Senior Enlisted Advisor, and now I'm on the Joint Staff in J2.
So let's flip that way back, bro. How the Marine Corps? Where did that come from? Like, was that something in your family? Was that like, where did that come from?
Interesting enough. So my grandfather and my father are both Silver Star recipient Army guys. So my
now you're just showing off.
Yeah. So
He said Army guys.
Right. So my name tape means shit, right?
You better remember this.
Yeah. So my grandfather, he served under Patton in World War II.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good,
he got
good history. Phenomenal history.
Yeah, he got his Silver Star in the Battle of the Bulge. My father was a Vietnam guy. He got his Silver Star on Hamburger Hill in A Shaw Valley. And so my grandmother lived across. I grew up in Jersey, so like your family was all across the street and around the corner type of thing. And I would spend every Saturday with my grandmother, and she had all of her brothers were Marines in the Pacific. And all of her sons were Army. Her husband was Army. And she used to kind of like seed it in my head. She's like, Army's awesome. Everybody's Army.
So what you're saying is,
but Marines are badass.
She handed you crayons at a young age. So kept going that.
So was it about? So just so you know, so I grew up around the Navy. I grew up in Virginia Beach. Moved from Iowa then to Virginia Beach during my formidable years, and mine was more out of abstinence. One, I saw bell bottoms. There was no fucking way I was wearing bell bottoms, but because I grew up in a Navy town, I was like, I got to go do something different. All the movies I watched was Army and whatever, right? So that's where I went. So did you sign up to be obstinate then?
No, it definitely wasn't a uniform thing for me. Everybody always says that. I joined the Marine Corps because I saw the dress blues. First time I saw dress blues is when I got fucking issued them. Yeah, no, that wasn't it. Yeah, yeah.
Did you learn how to slay dragons like they show in the commercials?
That was the commercial actually when I got recruited.
Was it?
Was
it really?
Yeah. If Taliban are dragons, yes, I did.
True that. So what year was this when you went in?
01. I joined October of 01.
So was it because of that?
No, so I signed up the spring before, but with a bunch of friends. They were all artillery guys. Shout out to Golf 210.
So your face kind of went, and I mean this legit, and I don't mean this crassly. Your face kind of went when I asked that. I take it you want people to know you signed up to sign up. It wasn't just because of 9/11.
Yeah.
Because I saw your face when I asked that, which I thought was kind of cool, actually.
Because in the military now, they'll have like the pre-9/11 guys that try to do that. Yeah. So I made the decision before it, but all those guys that I was friends with, they went in right after high school. For when you graduated, whatever that was, May or June in Ohio. I was in Ohio at the time. I wanted to party for a full summer. So
for a full one, not half one. You need a full.
Yeah. So my plan was to go in the fall after that, and then unfortunately, a generational change happened.
So hold on, I do have a problem with this guy. I'm going to call you out for a second. Second interview, very close together, where we have an OH-10, Ohio, the Ohio. What seems to be the trend here, guy?
It's called the Midwest.
It's called.
There are other states in the Midwest. I assure you, I'm from Iowa.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying. The Midwest, like it is.
No, there's a heart and passion for uniform and service.
That's what it is.
To be fair, I grew up most of my life in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I moved to Ohio, I think, sophomore or junior year.
Okay.
So maybe I joined to get the fuck out of Ohio.
Maybe.
Well, there's
You
probabilities
bastard.
there. I've been to
There you go.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Where I know how?
Strongsville, so it's a suburb of Cleveland.
Okay. Well, that's one of our previous guests. He's one of our guys that he's in Cleveland right now. And so,
nice.
So he's with Coast Guard out of Cleveland.
Yeah.
So he was just on last time?
Is it
or
the- no,
episode
two
before
times
that?
ago.
Two times
There you
ago.
go.
Yeah.
So that's cool. No, do you get back there at all or no reason?
I don't. So my father's there now. I got to go back, and I have actually a golf tournament with the VFW that I plan on doing there on June 26th. Go back and golf with my dad. I haven't seen him in a couple of years too. So
Okay.
it'll be cool.
He's interested in being on a podcast. By the way,
Who is?
his father.
Oh, okay. I was like, he's here already.
Guy is saying that with a little bit of humor because my dad's a Vietnam guy
Mhm.
and he wanted to do a heroes podcast with some of this stuff. So I asked my dad, I was like, hey man, you want to go on this podcast? And he goes, not a fucking chance.
That goes over like a wet fart in church. Bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Vietnam guys.
He's like, nope.
Well, we did have Mac on. He did very well. But that was, most of them don't want to relive it or talk about it or no. And I think we all, dude, anytime you hear the word hero, you cringe, right?
Oh,
Come on, bro.
You
don't want that.
You shrink in your seat.
Hold on 1 second. What's the name of the podcast again, Eric? Just to do a check.
Warriors and Watchmen.
There you go. First time we did it, he kept calling us Heroes and Watchmen, and he called it like
the Vietnam guy or
him.
This old
He's
guy.
like, welcome to Heroes and Watchmen. We're like, that's not the name of the podcast.
His own podcast.
That's what I was gonna
Who
say.
named this thing?
What the hell is this about?
Yeah.
Hey, it sounded great though. I liked it. So, all right, man. Yeah, so, bro, I mean, did you specifically go into the Marine Corps Recruiting Center? Did you go in just to a recruiting center? Talk me through it.
So it was Berea, Ohio, was where I joined out of.
I'm gonna nod my head like I know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's another suburb.
Okay.
Berea?
But so my
That's
friend
a
that
good sandwich.
I gave a shout out to, the Golf 210 guy.
Yeah.
He's an artilleryman. He kind of brought me in when I got there and I was kind of a fuck up. And he was like, hey man.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally just said, I wanted to spend a summer partying before.
By kinda, I mean, I'm still a fuck up, right?
I'm going to drink my face off. That's fantastic.
So he brought me to the recruiting station, and the Marine Corps, I don't know if they do the same in the Army. They have a DEP program, they call it. So it's like you join up, and once you sign in, the recruiters and shit, they PT you every week. You hang out with them.
Until you actually leave and go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in Berea, Ohio, believe it or not, that's a big area where a lot of Force Recon guys came from. So all our recruiters were Force Recon. Which one really cool story. One of them was my team chief later on in Afghanistan, probably 15 years later.
Interesting.
Wow.
But so he brought me over there. We started PT, and I saw what they were about, and I was like, oh, this is cool as shit. This is something I want to be a part of.
That's cool. So
That is cool.
So out of your career, man, if you had to pick a moment, some of your defining moments during your career aren't always a good one. Some are bad because we learn a lot through bad. Some are good. We learn, if you had to pick the career defining moment for you, not for anybody else, but for you, where would that be? What would it be?
Conduce.
Talk to me.
So actually, it's with our host back there, G-Dub. He was my team leader in
The
Conduce.
guy in the sky.
The guy in the sky, yeah. So we had this operation. It was called Validate Coca. I think they changed it later to Green Thunder. Or
Green Sword.
Yeah. Green
Sword or sword?
Sword.
May the swords be with you. Green Sword.
Yeah. So it was, so me, just to give a little context here, me and G-Dub were the only 2 Marines attached to an ODA from 7th Group. For the listeners, that's a Special Forces team. They had, what was it, Guy? 3 Special Forces teams online clearing all of Conduce?
Yeah, it was 3. It was 2 reserve, and then actually 1 reserve and 2 active.
What year are we talking?
2009.
Okay.
So Guy, we, I don't want to put him out there, but we had 2 guys on the team that, if you're a leader,
Didn't pull their weight.
If you're a
Let's
leader,
just
you
say
wouldn't put them outside the wire. So a lot of it, unfortunately, fell on me and Guy to go out there, right? And so we went on this mission, Validate Coca. Everything went as south as it can immediately. And long story short, I got back. Thank God, by the grace of God, I got back. But there was some defining moments in there, and I think about that now as like I lead people.
So that's where you had your medal tested.
Right. Yeah. Well, before that, I was already, that was my 3rd combat deployment, but that was the first time I've ever sat down in a wadi and was convinced I was going to die.
Yeah.
And then just carried on. And that's a hard thing to come back from too. Like I know PTSD and all that's a big thing, which it definitely is. And fucking all of us may have it, right? But
we probably all have some version of it, right?
But there's something to be said about when you get right with your Lord and you know that you're gone, and then you survive.
Let me ask you this though, because just candidly, I've been through that moment. It's also an interesting feeling because then once you've succumbed to the idea, you're not afraid of anything.
Not at all.
I mean, at the end of the day, we hear muscle movements and you resort back to your training, you resort back to what you know and all that stuff. I can tell you this: dude, I was like a robot, and it didn't matter. There was no feeling in it. There's no anything. And I would probably say I probably led better, fought harder, all that, because I'd already succumbed to the idea.
Yeah.
What say you?
I agree with that. And I also think if you put a decade on it after that, you start to learn. You don't see it then because you're still the devil's spawn warrior.
Yeah.
But about a decade later, you start to understand empathy in human life.
Yep.
And you start to think differently.
The problem is then you also start rewinding the tape.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's problematic too, right? Because then you start looking back and you feel past empathy for things that you can't change.
Absolutely.
So interesting.
And you think often, like I'm sure you have had the same thing, Eric. How many times have you thought, man, if I could go back knowing what I know now, I would have done that differently, or I would have acted differently,
Yeah, but then the other side is I'm just going to candidly say I know where it's gotten me, and I wouldn't change anything because of where it's gotten me. The life lessons, everything I got, I wouldn't change it for anything. And I will just say this, I couldn't do what I did now then. It's a different military. It's a different, it's kind of like when you graduate through, let's say when you deployed OIF 1 compared to OIF 9. It's a different game.
Oh, for
Rules
sure.
of engagements. There's a whole lot of differences and a whole lot of, there's things I do differently, but at the end of the day, it took learning through those. I don't think I completely foobarred anything. I'm sure a lot like you, I've experienced death of buddies. I've experienced, wouldn't change how I went through it though. And so I don't know. It's an interesting environment, but I don't think I'd change it.
There's a saying that you brought up the OAF 1 dot whatever. There was a saying that we used to have was as soon as somebody would say, well, on my last deployment, I'd say, let me stop you there. Because they didn't translate, right? Because the environment changed.
Right, yeah, because, this OAF, 1 through 3 were kind of cowboy. That was cowboys and Indians, man. It was, there was no ROE, rules of engagement. There was just, you're fighting for survival. And then the longer you get there, the more garrison environment and other things kick in, and it just
and also our enemy got better,
right?
Because they were watching it. Right?
Well, and testament to that, early days, what are we swerving around trash bags and things falling off of bridges? Then they got to the point where they were so good at hiding them, you just clenching your butt cheeks, hoping you don't hit one.
Yeah, 5s and 25.
Right, and we just speed your friend, so at 80 miles an hour, hit one, and it's like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about where you're at now? What are you doing now? Because you're still
that's what I was going to ask.
Serving,
how did you get from that into where you are today, and what got you into what you're doing today? You not to talk about details, but just
Okay. Thanks for the question, Roger. So I was in Hawaii working in the Indo-PACOM J2, and
he was hurting in Hawaii.
I know.
Horrible assignment.
That was a hardship tour.
Hardship.
Yeah. But my boss he's still my boss now, was brilliant, and I just we got a connection. I really liked serving with the guy. I had retirement in. I was approved for retirement, and I was just waiting my days out. And then the way the general officer and flag officer ranks work, he eventually got a new job and got confirmed by the Senate, and then asked me to come out and serve with him. And you got to say no more to me. I packed a bag, and here I am in DC. My family's still in Hawaii.
And how long you been here?
I came here in January. There was a process with that. Yeah. Because especially with already being on the retired list, it was hard for the Marine Corps to figure out how to get me here because there was no billet for me to go to. What job spacing basically is how you'd say that in the real world. And so we had to make it up and make it happen. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're here supporting the boss that you obviously appreciate and enjoyed supporting before.
I love him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're out of the DC area, I assume?
Yes. I work at the Pentagon.
Okay. The Puzzle Palace, the
Puzzle Palace.
maze.
Yeah, the biggest office building in the world.
Yeah. So, and your commute's how long to get in there?
So I live I came here to do work.
Okay, right? So you live next to it.
I walk to work, and it's 5 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I will give this guy credit, enlisted side, which I appreciate because I was an enlisted guy. I think we're the ones that are carrying the services. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. So you brought up something interesting. You were getting ready to get out. So in your mind, you had already, you'd flipped that switch. And I can tell you this from my past. We've talked about this a little bit in the past. That's not an easy switch to decide on, because I can tell. I'll just be very candid with you. That scared the shit out of me getting out of the military. I can't relate to what's going on out there. I don't know. This is all I know. It may not. It's a hard life, but it's the life I know. Yeah. And there's a lot of things and camaraderie that you really don't even understand you're gonna miss out on until after you get out. So first of all, how did you make the decision finally that you were getting out? And then how hard was it then to turn it back on and go, wait, I'm staying.
I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay in.
Yeah. So the billet that I was in Indo-PACOM was a flag officer billet. It was serving as a senior enlisted for an admiral. So I knew that there's a time frame to select my replacement. And if I didn't get out at the appropriate time, it's all matching up with who's going to be there.
Yep.
So I wanted to make sure there was a good pool, because Indo-PACOM's important to us. So I was just sitting there one day and I was like, you know what? I'm just standing in the line of other cattle that should probably get through this door. So I got to go. And
I don't know.
What was that?
Some stripper was calling me. Just joking. Just joking.
I'm telling your wife.
Yeah, so I was just standing in the line of other cattle. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to submit this. And it's crazy because at the time, I think I was in 23 years when I made that decision. And I was like, oh, retirement, this is going to be like a huge process. I'm going to have all these interviews. It was a piece of paper that I filled up. Like I shot up and they were like, you're approved for retirement. But like,
hey, but tell me this. Isn't that weird? You hit a certain level and I don't want to say it's a feeling of self-importance or anything like that, because I don't think any of us took ourselves that serious. But it's kind of like, wait a second, really? This is it?
Yeah, you want them to beg you to stay?
Right, you're like,
you're so important.
You don't even want me to justify my decision?
Nope, you're fine.
Yeah.
Get out. Beat it. Beat it, kid.
Yeah, so I filled out this paper, and then I got an email that was like, nobody even told me that like the paper made it there. They're just like, you're approved for retirement.
So if you would have retired, would you have stayed in Hawaii, or would you use one last move to go?
No, I would have stayed in Hawaii.
Okay.
I was going to use either the GI Bill or Voc Rehab to go to law school in Hawaii.
Okay.
Was what I was thinking about doing.
You don't look that smart.
I'm not.
Yeah. He likes orange crayons too.
Yeah. Well, you're a good analyst, because I'm not.
No.
Yeah. And then so then when I went through the process, so I submitted it. I heard that I was approved, and like there was nothing else after that. Right? It was like, so I was just walking around base asking people. I was asking like,
where do I go?
No. Hey, can I say this, Sonny? But think about this. You're a senior enlisted. Like if you're running into this, think about what more junior folks are going through on their way out. Like that's crazy.
Eric, it keeps me up at night.
Like
it keeps
because I can tell you this, dude. So I got out in 2007, and even worse. So I just got back from Iraq. I'm sitting in Korea. I'm in Korea of all places. I signed the paper, and I was lucky to have a flight ready for me because they didn't give a shit, right? But once I signed that paper, you weren't the Army's problem anymore. So, and there was no real transition or anything to prepare me for. I got lucky. I took the easy route. I took a government job doing the exact same thing that I did while I was in.
Hoorah.
That was kind of the slack, whatever.
Well, I got a question about all that. So I'm not military. I'm so in the with the military people I deal with, whether it's with different cohorts that come into different programs, they always have.
That was very innocuous.
I mean, Hiring Our Heroes is one of the ones I've worked with before. They have all these cohorts to go through, but they are still in the military going through terminal leave until they can reach a certain date. So you're telling me during that time frame, they basically just say, you're on your own?
I had nothing.
Yeah, so there is like the Honor Foundation is one of them. It's mostly for soft guys that will go through it. They'll help you transition, but you have to seek that out on your own.
Seriously?
Yeah. There's nobody that grabs your hand and says, "Hey, this is where to go."
Which is sad,
from an outside view, it makes it look like to me that like you guys are on terminal leave now and you don't retire until this date, and during that time they're helping you guys acclimate, which is crazy. That I'm hearing totally different.
If you go seek them out,
it's just
that's the thing, right? Yeah.
That's just
interesting. Which you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Because we've never gotten out before. You
only you don't know what to do. Right. Well, like I said, I've worked with programs like TAPS in the past where I would go down to, I'm born and raised in this area, so I would go down to Newport News and going to the TAPS offices and help people getting out who are on their terminal leave, understanding how to write a resume or how to interview, what we're looking for, how your skills correlate to the workforce. So I used to do that, and I wasn't the only one that would do it. So I'm just kind of in shock that they just say, hey,
Roger, not to shit on you, but those programs don't do it.
Oh, they don't do great. I won't say when you guys were both saying earlier that it was basically an officer based taking you through it. They don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
So coming in,
what I found was it was very junior people telling you, it's like, you don't barely have a real job. So what are you?
How are you going to
tell me how to get a?
And most of them never went to the corporate world, right?
Right.
They did their time in the military, and then they did that.
They
job.
just did
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So you haven't even really, So like listen, I don't want to shit on the whole thing, right?
No,
there needs to be a process. You got to start somewhere. But we should be a lot farther along. We should have private sector involved in this because, hey, it could be used as a phenomenal recruiting space. All these other things, it should be a lot farther because I can tell you, I basically got my hand shook, a kicking ass, and it was gone.
The way that I felt,
Swear to God.
The way that I felt when I did that before I came here was, I think at some point somebody bitched on a survey somewhere, and the Department of Defense at the time, now Department of War, said, okay, we got to make sure that this happens. And then they created this thing as a check in the box. So like when I was sitting there, I was like, oh, I'm your check in the box. That's how I felt.
Bro, they gave the DEI more attention than they did this.
That's
Absolutely.
insane. That's so
Absolutely.
insane
I'm just
to
saying.
me. It really is.
Eric, at the time, like I'm a senior enlisted
Right.
at a combatant command, which if you're a Lance Corporal at a line company, you should get the same treatment, right? So I'm not saying any of that, but I'm getting out.
But you're
after
saying if you even saw it, if you're experiencing that, usually, look, let's just face it, the higher rank you are, the more attention you're going to get in the process, which is going to happen. And the more they want to put on their good face and show a good front.
Yeah.
If he's seeing that, there's no hope
There's
for
no
what's
hope.
below that.
Here's the worst part too. I got lucky enough to go into executive TAPS.
Okay.
And it was
What is that,
it was a clown show. It was a clown show. It was like nothing about it was executive. They were teaching you how to be fitted for suits. I was like, bro, I'm in my 40s. Get the fuck out of here.
I will say,
can I give you your two biggest tips? Because it's the thing I see out of soldiers, Marines, anything all the time in the intelligence community. Don't wear your issued chloroform shoes with your suit, and don't still have a high and tight when you show up. Those two things cannot happen.
Luckily,
some people like high and tight.
Luckily for me, I'm from New Jersey, so I already knew how to dress.
Hey, but a lot of us can't.
It is funny you said that because I do remember as I was coming in to help people with their resumes and all that stuff, there was somebody telling them how they should dress for interviews, and I'm like, I guess I really don't think about that, but it was
because hey, we've served with. I love our community. However, some of these people, dude, I'm just going to tell you from basic training, some of them didn't know how to brush their teeth every day. I mean, so yeah, some people do need to know how to wear a suit.
So there needs to be a picture.
That's a great point that we should probably circle back on, because we're talking about this like it's a fucked up program, but it's built the majority
to the basic level, right? The lowest level.
74% of the military is designed to get out after 4 years.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
so that's who they're building it for.
True.
Right. So it sounds like we're shitting
but
on
it needs to be levels, and something's better than nothing, and it needs to continue to build. I'll just be candid with you. I know what I got out in 2007, and you're still in, and if it hasn't transitioned enough or progressed enough.
No.
Not today's day and age, not at all.
And it's like we touched on earlier, Roger. Like if you want to, like, you're like, I really need to square this away and figure it out, you have to reach out to these programs.
Sure.
It's on you. There's no form that says call this guy, do that. Like you just your peers get out and all these people, and they'll be like, call the Honor Foundation or call CJ3, whatever you get.
Right.
Sonny, I got a question for you, bro. So we ask a lot of folks this. So you got a wife and a kid, right?
I do.
All right. Your support network that isn't local right now. They're supporting.
They're in a hard area.
They're supporting network from afar.
Yeah.
How old's your son?
He's 17 now. He's a sponsored fighter in Hawaii.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because we've asked this a lot. So my son is an E5 in the Army.
Hua.
And Guy is very obviously adamant that he'd love for his son to serve.
Was the Army, right? You want him to join the Army?
What if your
No.
What if your son said, I want to serve?
So I have a great story about this.
Please bring it on.
So my wife is a retired E9 Master Gunnery Sergeant.
Okay.
So my
Good
son,
to know. Thank you.
Yeah. So my son grew up around in the Marsoc community too. He grew up around warriors, right? They're all the people that he's known. And he would always say to us, like, I'm never going to join. I'm never going to join. And then one day, sorry if you ever hear this when you're older, Rocco, but he would say, Mom and Dad, if I got nothing else going on in life, I'll join the Marine Corps. That's what he said. And
Your heart goes,
yeah,
oh.
you know what my response to him was? I said, what the fuck makes you think we'll have you?
Boom. Boom. I like that. So
That's awesome.
My son, we kind of dealt with a little similar topic to that. So I may get this wrong, his junior year, he tells me, Dad, I don't want to play football this year. And I have a rule, right? You need to be involved. I don't care what it is. You got to do something. I'm not going to tell you what it is unless you put me in a position where I have to, but you're going to do something. And so, but he came to me and said, I don't want to play football. And I'm like, kid, what are you going to do? And he looked at me and he said, well, because if I join the military, I don't want to get hurt in football to where I can't join the military. Of course, then I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome.
Eric may have cried that day. It's fine.
I might have a little inside, but and then that was the same time he came to me and he said, Dad, I don't think, or a year later he comes to me, he says, Dad, I don't think I'm gonna go to college. I think I'm gonna go in the military. I said, oh, okay, cool. And he said, yeah, because between alcohol and women and all this other stuff, I just don't think I can do school. So I'm gonna go to the military. I said, and
alcohol and women is all the military.
but where I kind of went was like, wait. I said, no, with that decision, no, I don't like that. So it's a secondary because he's like, well, that's not what I meant. What I just wanted to caveat it with, I really want to join, but also because of these. I said, good. I said, if you want to join, I support you 100%. If you're joining because of those things, then I don't support it because this is not the secondary option. This is if you want to do it, not as, well, because I can't do this other thing, I'm doing it because I won't support that. So interesting.
And also, like, it's a hard thing to tell your children about how serious of a decision it is and how serious the military is.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I had to experience it. It was actually like I've been all over it, probably a lot like you, right? I've been deployed all over. Didn't think anything of it, loved it, would do it again. However, I'm gonna tell you this: watching my son go in, I'm a bitch. Bro, no, dude. Hey, he went off to basic training. He deployed, those kind of things. I'm worried about the kid. And it's not.
You're on the other end now.
Well, it's not that I'm worried about him. I also know about some of the leadership or lack of leadership sometimes, right? And you are subjective at that rank and grade because he's an E5 now. He's starting to get there. When I was deploying, I was an E7. I was, you can affect your own destiny and your own, you have some say. I was a little concerned with him, and bro, that was stressful watching as a dad. Even though I'm pro-military, pro-deployments, pro all that stuff, man, that was tough to watch as a dad. Proud of him, but tough.
I bet. I mean, we've had that conversation a little bit before.
Yeah,
I can't imagine being a father in that situation, even being in the military.
Bro, the kid was in basic training, and I'd sit in the dark.
Eric's trying to figure out how to get back in. He's like, I'll just. I would
sit in the dark, and I'm going, God. What if he's lonely there?
Pussy.
What if he's
pussy?
but I will say this: I made up.
He's lonely?
Hey, I made up for it. I also sent him gummy dicks in the mail, so he had to open them up.
Dick cards,
Shipadick.com.
So at least, I still had to fuck with him a little bit.
Guy's giving me the cut it off sign.
There you go.
And time to take a break.
Break time.
Hey, Sonny, so interesting, man. One of the things we've talked about a little bit that, although I got a master's degree, I kind of subscribe to the trades more than the academia side, right? Like I can tell you I've gotten more out of the trade side. I kind of associate being enlisted as, kind of the trades as versus a lot has changed in the military, the dynamics of, I guess the best way to say it is officer versus enlisted. Go back to the early days, not to give you a history test or anything, but what separated officers and enlisted originally?
A bachelor's degree. Oh, originally?
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Go there.
Yeah.
Go there.
A caste system.
Right. Well,
good
but
family.
yes, and then subsequently became a degree versus not, right?
Yeah.
And so I can tell you, I got out in 2007. That dynamic was drastically changing. I can only imagine it's gotten more. What's it look like now? What's kind of the landscape of the enlisted versus the officer corps?
So I talk about this a lot often. So a good friend of mine is SEAC. So SEAC is Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Chairman.
Who is it right now?
Dave Isom.
Okay.
Dave Isom. He was an Indo-PACOM.
So,
I mean, that's where I got
John Troxel. He's a friend of ours, and he's from Iowa, which is how he got involved with our foundation. And so he runs eTool Nation, and we've got one of his signed eTools hanging in our Kindle place and all that. So
nice. Yeah.
I think he was the first SEAC.
SEAC,
I believe.
Dave might be the fifth, maybe.
So interesting. Yeah. Interesting position too, but
that's cool. And Dave and I have had this conversation before of like, and he was the one that enlightened me to this. So I think it was at the time, the percentage might have changed. 82 to 84% of the military is enlisted.
That sounds about right.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Right.
But all of the educational benefits that come from U.S. law are for officers. That's how they go to war college and all this other stuff, right? And then think about that, right? Like, man, why are we not giving, if you do 20 years and you're 84%, why are we not sending these people to master's degrees and all these other things?
Right.
And you know,
have they not, and forgive my ignorance on it because I've been out for a couple of days. Have they not changed where some of the different schools, whether it's E9 school or something like that, are worth more credited or whatever like that?
It's accredited, but like, so when officers go to war college or wherever, they get out there with a degree.
Yep.
So yeah, if we go to enlisted PME, you get out with credits.
Gotcha.
Right. So
not equivalent.
Not equivalent at all.
Yeah. And so, I mean, if you think about that, to like a bachelor's degree, GW and I were talking about on the golf course today, it's the minimum go for officers. It should be a master's degree.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nowadays,
I'd agree with that.
Well, look at the enlisted corps right now. I mean, dude, you know how many kids had master's degrees surrounding me?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still in right now. I'm an E9, obviously, so it doesn't. I guess it's not the same as if I was an E5 saying it, but I'm on my second master's degree, dude, with an Ivy League school, right? Like,
so then let me ask you, what separates an officer and an enlisted man? Is there?
Doesn't sound like it's education
let me
anymore.
ask the hard question. Is there a need for both?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely. Because one has legal authority, the other one has charge. An NCO has charge.
Good answer. I like that.
Yeah. So there is.
Okay.
For sure there is. Because somebody has to be responsible and somebody has to have charge.
Interesting. Yeah. I like that response. I hadn't heard it that way. So thank you for that. So what else about this, man? What I know? Educate me on this.
So I don't think it's completely broken, other than there's money allocated for officers to go to school. And I'm not shitting on them. They're all good people and good officers. They raise their hands. I think Congress should pass laws, maybe put in an NDAA that gives master's degrees, E6 and above. If you're going to become an E7, you have to have a master's degree, or if you not maybe have to.
Which means not only, so they've always encouraged. I mean, you've had tuition assistance and all that other stuff, right? You get in, you can go for free. Right?
Here's the difference, though, Eric, on that one.
Go ahead, please.
When officers go to do it, it's their job.
Yes, understand. Right.
When we go to do it,
you're doing your job, and that's on it.
Yes,
100%. Yes, I agree. Interesting. So that dynamic would have to change then for E6 and above, based off of what you just said. And
I think you'd have to tie it into an NDAA. So the other thing is, we are sending enlisted folks to officer schools, but if you get a bean counter that starts to look at it, because it's based on officers sitting in those seats, when an enlisted guy sits in it, or gal, it's because they're not filled.
Interesting.
So if you're looking at congressional money, you could say, well, you're not using it.
You're not using it, and take it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, let me throw a curveball in there. So then you throw warrant officers into that.
Yeah.
How does that fit in?
I don't know well enough to speak on that, but just on a little bit. So they're appointed. That's why it's a warrant. They're not commissioned, right? So by the Senate. So, but I think they get to commission schools. I could be wrong. Somebody would have to check that, but I think they get to commission schools. I don't know.
I don't know at this point. I've been out for too long. I can't speak smartly on it. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, so the point that I wanted to say with that earlier was when Dave pointed out to me the percentage of enlisted folks. And a great proponent of this is Admiral Paparo at Indo-PACOM. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong in this, but I think his dad and his uncle were Marine NCOs. He constantly, if you watch his testimonies on YouTube, anytime he's in front of the Haskins Sask, he'll point out his senior enlisted behind him, and he'll read their bio. And he'll say the NCO and petty officer is the heart and soul of what we do. And then if you look at that percentage,
I wish more would embrace that ideology.
Yeah, well, I guess Indo-PACOM, right? So he's the man. Yeah. And I mean, every time I see that, I kind of get tingles, and then I think about it. I'm like, man, before I get out, what can I do to help that so they get there? Because if we're talking about in the high 80s% or low 80s%, that's our military, that's our heart and soul. They say it's the middle of what we do. It's the heart and soul. Why aren't we educating them? Why don't we let them get away from the job that they do and get an education? Well, one is because we can't afford to lose them. And it just shows how important they are.
Interesting. So do you get a chance, as a senior enlisted member, do you get a chance to travel around and see your other enlisted?
All the time.
Awesome.
All the time. Yeah. And then trooping the line, right? Is that what they call it in the Army? Trooping the line? Yeah. Yeah. It's good to see. The thing is, and me and Guy have talked about this a lot, is there's a lot of negative stuff about the generation of kids now. Right?
Sure. Absolutely.
They're the people. And dude, I get out there and see that. And if anybody thinks that, fuck you. They are the most lethal force the world has ever seen. These kids. And they are dedicated to their craft. They're serious in their job.
But I will challenge you this back, though. You're also only seeing 1% of society, and it's the 1% that chose to sign.
So, Eric, I'm talking about the ones in the military.
Right.
I don't troop the line in Kansas.
Right. But you know this. Hey, but I like to put things in perspective to the listener, right? Like, no joke, 1% of the society signs that dotted line to say, I'm going to put my life in, to swears the oath and goes forth.
Our kids.
Right. And so that takes a different breed already, right? Because there's not many. And then of that, it's good to hear lethal. I love that word. And it's good to hear that from you, that you subscribe, you kind of ascribe that title to them. That makes me feel good as the guy not in anymore. I'm glad there's another group behind us that's willing to put steel on target.
Well, you're the first person I've heard say that about the new generation. There's a lot that's said about the current generation coming up, and that is very good to hear, because there is a lot of negativity about the current generation and how things are going to flow in the future. And it's interesting to see the difference between our generation versus millennials versus is it Z now?
I don't know, but it's interesting watching the new one, because the new one
that is Z
has come up and said, F the last one.
Yep.
They're starting to act a little more like us, which is weird.
I hope so.
It's interesting.
I hope so.
I forget who it was, and it's probably a quote from somebody famous, but I heard somebody say this at one point. Somebody in the Bible said kids these days. Right? See,
I think my mom said that.
Yeah, right?
I was going to say, I think I heard that as a child.
Yeah. So you just, and I think when I hear that, that's kind of adults being upset about their failures.
Sure.
How many years you got in, Sonny?
I'm 25 right now.
How much longer you got?
Are you bored yet?
No, I get to hang out with dudes like you.
There you go. No, that's awesome.
No, I'm not bored. And it's like I said before, my current boss asked me to come here to serve. It's a great time to serve.
Yeah.
It's a very trivial world, and I love being a part of it.
Good. So we started off with, as you heard, this podcast is hosted by No Boundaries. It's hosted by CJ3 Foundation, both nonprofits that, CJ3 Foundation serves veterans. We serve other wounded heroes, law enforcement, first responders, all that. No Boundaries, similar. You've got a couple of nonprofits that you associate with, follow, support. Go ahead and talk to us about it, brother. This is an opportunity to kind of tout their wares and the good things they're doing as well, and why you're hanging out with them and support them.
Oh, perfect. Eric and Roger, thank you for giving me the platform to do this.
Absolutely.
So the first one that I want to talk, I actually started this one and then I handed it off to other people.
So you're a quitter.
Yeah, I am. I am a quitter.
Eric wants to do that every day.
Actually, Eric, I just figured out that the younger people were better at doing it than I was.
True. It's true. That's pretty cool.
I just handed it off. So Radio Recon Project is one of them. So it's all the radio reconnaissance guys and gals that get together, and G-Dub goes to those a couple times. There's reunions and everything. So that's a big one.
Well, hold on.
What do they do?
Before you go any farther, tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say the second foundation.
Hey, you run. It's your show.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because it'll only make sense if I do that. So the second one I was going to say was the Recon Foundation. Is fantastic. They do Gold Star family retreats, and that's my boy in Hawaii, Pep Tablata, runs that. And on the East Coast, it's Chad Ramsey. It's all reconnaissance Marines. They get together. They just did this gnarly ass run together. And they do Gold Star Family Retreat is legit. So they get like fallen recon Marines. They get their families together and take them out to Hawaii and do this big thing. So that's
damn.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, Recon Foundation is badass. And so when we started Radio Recon Project, is where I'm backing up a little bit here, Eric. It was because the Radio Recon guys, they go to the foundational school. They become MOS Recon Marines, but there was not really a foundation representing them. But then we figured out, actually, Recon Foundation does that for them. It became more of a reunion type of thing and scholarships for their children and to where we didn't have to eat out of the purse of Recon Foundation. Gotcha. So it was another way to do it. Actually, I said
just kind of scoped it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. MARSOC Foundation is another one. I think it became Raider Foundation now will be the other one. But so my boy on one of my teams, Trey Fagan, this guy is awesome. I was with him on 8212, MSOT 8212. Shout out, Dari Boom. But Marine Special Operations Team 8212.
I think his wrist just went limp when he did that.
Yeah,
what that was.
No, that was a shocker. That was
I'm joking.
I wait for these battles all the time.
Bro, it's Army version. Come on, we got it.
So Trey Fagan, he's old good friend of mine, and he runs a foundation now called Barnabas Foundation, and it takes vets out that have problems and squares them away and gets all their stuff together. Anybody in issues, if you're in the North Carolina area, call Trey and he'll square you away.
It's awesome. So one of the questions I get, so why do you bring on other charities? Why do you bring on other folks talking about when no boundaries in CJ3? It's like, listen, the big thing is this isn't just about us. There are other good organizations. Now, I will say there are a lot of organizations out there I don't subscribe to and I don't support.
Which ones are those, Eric?
I'm not going to say those. However, we will absolutely.
Sonny knows.
Yeah, we will absolutely come on the podcast and talk about other phenomenal organizations doing phenomenal things. I will just say this. So it was interesting. I was conventional Army, but I got supported by a lot of special people, right? So I was a human intelligence, counterintelligence guy. So when I'd go out on an objective, even though I was conventional, whatever, all my action folks weren't conventional. And so I got to know them very well. One thing I realized is, and this is not a hit on who you were talking about or who you were saying, one of the reasons why I did what I did was I found there wasn't some organizations taking good care of just conventional military, conventional, I'd been firefighter, I've been law enforcement, I've been military, I've been all those things. So the group we serve, they all undergo certain similar kind of things, right? Similar kind of PTSD, TBI things.
You guys go through and see a lot of stuff no matter what you do to serve.
And so I wanted the aperture open wide enough that we could support anybody and everybody because, we've given SEAL Team 6 guy a dog. We've support them all. But I also know they've got a pretty strong support internal, right? Just like you just said, MARSOC, and I'm not knocking that. I think that's phenomenal. But I think sometimes some of the conventional folks get left in the dust and feel like they're not. And so that's kind of where we came in. I'm not saying we're scooping up the ash and trash or nothing like that. It's just, I think there's other folks that are underserved and we wanted to provide a support to that. So I appreciate the hell out of what you guys are doing. I'm glad to know there's other phenomenal organizations out there. Obviously, I'm aware of some of those, and they're doing phenomenal things. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
So what else do you want to plug while you're here? You got our attention, so this is your opportunity.
Please do.
Real quick before we bounce on this one. So my son
bounce.
My son just
Good plug.
So I just want to throw a shout out to my son. He's a sponsored fighter under Combat Sports Hawaii and in Hawaii right now. He's kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. He's fighting for his next title. And shout out to his coaches from Gracie Kailua and Hit Squad.
Very
outstanding.
Cool. That's awesome.
So, is he still scared of his dad?
He'll whoop my ass.
Well, you can't let him know that.
Well, Eric, to be honest, jiu-jitsu, I got him for about another 8 months.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got him for about another 8 months. But if we're gonna strike before I take him down, he's got me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, here's a real question.
Hey, that's
do you
why
let
they
him
have guns.
do you let
That's right.
do you let him know that, or do you still have to be that father that's like, no, I will fucking beat your ass?
Well, he's gonna know it whenever this airs.
I will tell you this. Hey, so Roger Singh, my son. My son's a big boy.
He is.
And he's in the gym all the time. And so I remember when we started getting close. And so one, I no longer fight fair because he's too fucking big to do that.
Right.
I'm going to hurt him because I don't want him to keep coming back because that shit sucks. Can he? He might could. But at this point, I've told him, you're fucked either way because one, I'm going to beat you. Or if I don't, you're the guy that beat up the fucking disabled vet. And I'm going to call you out amongst everybody.
Oh, my
and you're
God.
an asshole.
well, the good part about
Psychological warfare right there, guys.
the good part, and especially with boys and with girls, because girls shouldn't be controlled. So that's
Sure.
why boys should do jujitsu because they're going to get beat up one day. Girls should do it so they can't be controlled by men.
Sure.
100%.
But I think once you learn how to fight, you realize that you shouldn't fight. Because you realize how dangerous it is, and there's some other people out there that might know more than
It's called discipline, right?
Yeah.
You do this to get discipline, but it's
a lot like sports. It should treat you respect, discipline, and all those other things. So you fight when you have to, not when you want to.
Yep.
Well, and Sonny, he doesn't take enough credit for Rocco, his son. But I can tell you,
Does somebody else take credit for his son?
No. When I saw
that sounded really weird,
right?
I mean, yes, it is his son.
That just sounded really weird.
No. What I'm saying is for, Rocco being a professional fighter and all that, because I can tell you, Sonny and Loretta, his wife, and Rocco, I think it might have been 5 years ago they visited, and they were in my basement, and Sonny was roughing him up, and teaching him jiu-jitsu. We moved the couches. And, and Rocco wasn't a good fighter then. And Sonny was teaching him and making him strong. And it's that, it's that kind of parenting that made Rocco who he is now,
Listen, it's funny, and I won't admit this very often, but I'm going to do a lot on the air. It's fine. My son and I had our moment when he was in high school.
Did you get your ass whooped?
No, so I did play college sports. I was a golfer. It's fine.
It was cricket.
Chess was phenomenal.
It was cricket.
So I remember, and he'll probably kill me for telling this story, but he said something to me one day, and I'm pretty laid back. I don't get upset over much. He said something to me one day, and I fucking threw my computer. I ran into the kitchen. I fucking picked him up and threw him up against the wall. I said, "Do you want the house to be like this? Because I will whoop your fucking ass every goddamn day." Only time I ever had to do it. We never had that conversation again, and it was done. And he learned how to box after that.
Right. We did
we might have done that. It's fine.
No. I'm saying I did that with my kids.
Yeah,
same thing.
It's the one time
you
thing.
have that one.
You have to have that one moment, and it sounds like you were doing it, trying to teach him how to become a fighter.
It wasn't. That wasn't the moment.
I was joking.
That was a training session, and Rocco was being made
under the guise of a training session. Yes.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a training session.
Sonny, what gym does he train out of? Do you know?
Gracie Kailua.
That's awesome.
Gracie
Kailua. You did say that,
yeah. So it's
So is that the Gracie brothers place?
So the coach is tied in that family. Jason is a Gary. Shout out to him. He's a Hoyler Gracie black belt.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. He's old school Hawaii guy, jiu-jitsu.
So while you're saying that, I could give a shout out to the women of MMA out of 10th Planet in San Diego in that area come
Eddie
on board,
Bravo.
and they support Havoc probably more than me, but they support us. They've worn our gear and stuff. So appreciate the hell out of them. So that's awesome to hear that there's
Gracie brothers are that's no joke being trained by the Gracie brothers.
And one more shout out. So his MMA coach is Harris Sarmiento. He's a Gracie Kailua black belt, but he's old school Hawaii. He's fought Nick Diaz, all those guys.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's my son's MMA coach. That's his squad MMA. He's got all the fighters coming out of Hawaii.
Well,
so awesome. Is he? Are we gonna be able to see him on TV soon?
My son?
Yeah.
They're not filming a lot in Hawaii. It's hard for the boys in Hawaii because they got to travel to get known because not a lot of people come out to Hawaii to fight. But also it's like a stack thing because whenever anybody sends somebody from another state to come to our state, they get fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's not a good marketing. But dude, the Hawaii boys don't fuck around. Hit Squad will lay these motherfuckers out.
All right. Hey, Sonny, I got a question for you. You may or may not be able to answer it, but how about a challenge?
What's that?
So 10th Planet gyms, multiples in California. We have one of our banners hanging up in the gym. What are the chances of us being able to get a CJ3 Foundation banner hanging out if I provided it? What are the chances of you working one back there? What do you think?
Pretty fucking solid.
Yeah? So challenge accepted?
Yeah.
All right. I
All right.
appreciate that. No, that'd be awesome.
We have to go out to Hawaii and see it, though.
Oh, yeah,
we got to go see it.
Eric, I think your boss would like that too.
Which part?
Which boss?
Your boss might be.
Oh, yeah. That boss. I had to think twice about that one.
It's like, which boss? I don't know which one he's talking about right now.
Because Michelle would like it too.
Yeah, she would.
We had to
She
go
would be
out
fine
there.
with it.
So, no, that's cool, man. So what else you got for us, bro? Words of wisdom. Because I'm going to say this. I think it's cool as hell where you got to. I applaud the hell out of you. The enlisted side means the world to me. That's what I grew up in. That's candidly why I started this. I want to get back to basics and just take care of Joe. That's what right. I want to take care of soldiers. I want to take care of just people that needed assistance, because I don't feel like once they're out, they're kind of lost, bro. I will tell you this: getting out was the toughest thing I ever had to do. It was a hard transition.
That's why I'm still in.
Right. There are some things that make it easy, right? There are certain jobs that you can get out in that don't feel too much different, but you lose out on the camaraderie. You lose out on so much. I think that's more or less why I started this foundation, because, man, it's probably more therapeutic for me than it is for the people I'm helping, just because this is what we do as enlisted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, people go, why do you do it? This is what we do. This is what we've always done. We take care of our folks. And so, I didn't see another option. So appreciate the hell out of what you're doing. You're a phenomenal dude. I just got the opportunity to meet you today. Look forward to hanging out with you. Unfortunately, you got the stink of Guy in the Sky on you. Apologize.
You'll never rid that stink.
I take extreme pride in that.
It's like Dove deodorant.
And Sonny, I didn't say this at the beginning of the show, but thank you so much for your service.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you, here's one thing. One, I used to struggle with that when people used to tell me, thank you for your service.
We were just talking about this.
Did he tell you? So some old dude told me a response to give back, and I actually dig it. I don't know if you ever heard it, but this old dude, because I struggled with that, and this dude thanked me for my service, and he could see it on my face. I didn't like it. That and being called a hero, right? You hate those things. Well, when he said that, he's like, hey, do me a favor. I said, yes, sir. He said, next time somebody says that, say, thank you for being somebody we're serving for.
Nice.
And I went, shit.
It was a good response.
You put the ball right back in their court.
It's crazy, Eric. Literally before we walked into this podcast, G-Dub and I were having this conversation with a bartender.
Yeah.
One, I hate being called a hero because heroes are in Arlington Cemetery.
Right.
Right.
But I do have a problem with that too, because no, it doesn't always have to be.
No, you don't have to die. Yeah, there's tons of heroes alive, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I got you. And so my line is, because it's always a cringy thing, like when somebody says thank you for your service, what do you say? So I always would say, what I lied on, which is not going to happen anymore, was I would say my pleasure. So I said that.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I said that. So we're at the bar.
Right.
We're at the bar, and the bartender goes, "Thank you for your service." And I said, "It's my pleasure." And she goes, "What, do you fucking work for Chick-fil-A?"
True story. It happened today.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
But I'm not gonna lie, old man floored me, and that's the line I've been using.
What was the line again?
Thank you for being somebody we're serving for. And
Nice.
bro, it puts the ball right back in their court, and it basically challenges them to continue to be patriotic, continue to keep going around thinking. Yeah, I like it.
I was not to drag this on longer, but I was talking to a group of friends at the retirement that guy was talking about just recently, and we were talking about
that guy was talking about, or this guy?
No, G-Dub. I gotta say G-Dub, because then when you say guy,
love
you're like,
it.
what
Guy in the sky.
G-Dub, the guy in the sky. So there's words that people will throw out, like anything that has to do with a person, like charismatic or yada yada yada. So what's virtue? Virtue is the disciplined approach of our highest ideals. The disciplined approach of our highest ideals. It means being a person worth remembering. It means being a person worth being in the room with. And to be around a bunch of dudes that were retiring and kind of talk about that, it felt really good when we're down in Tampa.
Well, Now you just spawned. So we're gonna have to continue this for a little bit, guy in the sky, because he just spawned something in me. Roger, you heard this. So I'm gonna apologize.
Guy's like, fuck me.
It don't matter. Hey, we're running this shit.
That's like I want to go drink.
So hold on.
I'm drinking.
So one of the things I need, dude, I want to tell you, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But so here's the thing. I accidentally gave a speech one time. Didn't mean to. He knows where I'm going already.
The PP speech?
Yes, I call it my PP speech. And
Yeah.
and now I give this in executive leadership. I give this around the government. I give it around, and it is my PP speech. And I make people really uncomfortable because I get up and go, I'm going to tell you about my PP. And people are looking at me going, what in the hell? Right. And I'll even give a little,
You're looking for the people in the crowd like this.
Right.
You're like, I'm not hanging out with that dude.
I no longer have one. Is what
You're driving a panel van. So anyway, dude, long and short, it's my story of when I got injured, what I went through emotionally, all this other stuff. But it gets into perspective and perseverance, the two P, PP, right? Perspective and perseverance. And I will say, with the idea of you getting out, with you, it very much applies, right? Perspective and perseverance. If you keep up a positive perspective about what you want, what you need to do, what you need money wise, what you're looking for, all that other stuff, and then you persevere, which I'll challenge you. Most military members know how to do. Embrace the suck, move forward, whatever. You can do those two things, bro. There's nothing we can't tackle from the military. Nothing, because nothing's as hard as what we went through. Most of that's just in your head. So perspective and perseverance, I'll challenge you. Keep that with you. When it's time to go, you've got a network. You've got a following of people. You've laid the groundwork. You're going to land on your feet. So bravo Zulu, brother. Appreciate you.
Good hanging out.
All right. With that, thank you for joining us for this podcast.
Another, what is it called again?
Warriors of Watchmen.
There we go with the deep voice. There we go. And then